I'm eating them. They just taste so good, and just a big lover for sweets, to be honest with you. You can see my face talking about a sweet.
He was released by Chelsea at 14, then came back to captain a European triumph and become a £100 million record signing. Welcome to the life of Declan Rice, born in Kingston upon Thames in 1999, raised on grit and built on second chances. From heartbreak at Chelsea's academy to a rebirth at West Ham United, he rose fast, earned the armband, and lifted the UEFA Europa Conference League in 2023 as Player of the Season. Then came the headline move. Arsenal, July 2023, for around £100 million, a club record deal that changed everything. But his story isn't just club colours. Eligible for Ireland and England, he chose the Three Lions in 2019, becoming a midfield constant through Euro 2020 and Euro 2024, finishing runner-up in both. Here's how it happened, how a release at 14 became the spark for a £100 million rise. From the moment Declan Rice entered the world on January 14th, 1999, in Kingston upon Thames, his life unfolded inside a warm, bustling home where energy flowed like a constant current. As the youngest of three boys, he grew up chasing the shadows and the standards of his older brothers, Connor and Jordan. Their living room battles, full of noise and friendly rivalry, became his first lessons in pushing himself, whether he was trying to keep pace or outdo them entirely. Guided by his parents, Sean and Stephanie, and shaped by Irish roots that reached back to Douglas, County Cork, Declan carried a cultural identity that quietly trailed behind him like a second jersey, one that would later influence his earliest international decisions. But before any of that mattered, he was simply a London kid with a ball, kicking it across Kingston as if it were an extension of his heartbeat. His love for the game took shape at Dickeridge Lane Adventure Playground, where children sprinted after dreams as eagerly as they chased the ball. On those rough-edged pitches, Declan played with pure, unfiltered joy. Joy that clung to him like sunlight and marked the true beginning of the footballer he would one day become. That joy sharpened into purpose when, at just 7 years old, Chelsea Academy came calling. The Academy's intensity, as fierce as a storm for a child, didn't frighten him. Instead, he stepped forward with excitement, polishing his skills and forming bonds, including one with Mason Mount that would one day stretch onto the international stage. Chelsea became a second home, though one built on pressure rather than comfort. But even promising paths twist. After 8 years, Chelsea released him at 14, a blow that hit like a sudden winter wind. Sharp, cold, unforgettable. Yet instead of breaking him, the moment lit something inside. Rejection became fuel, turning doubt into determination. When Declan Rice strode into West Ham United's first team, the shy edges of a teenager fell away and the steel of a leader began to shine. He'd entered the academy at 14, climbed with a serenity beyond his years, and by 2017 debuted with the poise of a veteran, like a metronome quietly resetting the tempo of every match he touched. Season after season, his game grew from raw ore into hammered steel, until 2022 brought the armband itself. A passing of responsibility from Mark Noble crackled through the squad like a live wire and confirmed Rice as the club's new heartbeat. The crescendo arrived in 2022 to 23, when West Ham's long European drought finally broke and silver reigned in Prague. Rice captained the Hammers to the UEFA Europa Conference League title, then stood atop the competition as its Player of the Season, the tournament bending to his authority as surely as a compass to the north. That same campaign sealed his status with another laurel, the competition's Player of the Year, a second crown on a season already gleaming. Where inevitably, the wider world moved. In July 2023, Arsenal crossed the Rubicon with a £100 million transfer, making Rice the club's record signing and one of the most expensive English players in history. Expectations towered like a mountain shadow, yet he wore them lightly, the way he wears a midfield. Calm, balanced, unflustered. In North London, he didn't just adapt, he transformed. Under Mikel Arteta, he became the engine of the system, the pulse that stitched defense to attack, snuffing danger and starting surges with the assurance of a conductor raising his baton. And before the ink on that new chapter had fully dried, 2023-24 delivered immediate gloss as he helped Arsenal lift the English Super Cup, proof that his influence travelled fast and far. Recognition followed like a spotlight that refused to blink. In February 2024, London's football fraternity named him their Premier League Player of the Year at the London Football Awards, an honour that stitched together his final flourish in claret and blue with his instant authority in red and white, as if two careers had been quilted into one seamless rise. By 2025, the chorus swelled. Supporters across the country voted him the FSA Men's Player of the Year, and his peers' esteem was etched into the PFA Team of the Year, acknowledgements that felt less like applause and more like a verdict on consistency itself. For England, the arc ran in parallel. Having switched allegiance in 2019, Rice became a fixed star in the national constellation, anchoring runs to the finals of Euro 2020 and Euro 2024, both ending as runner-up, while also featuring in the 2019 UEFA Nations League and the 2022 World Cup, experiences that tempered his leadership on the hottest stages like steel in a forge. Thread it all together: the captaincy and European glory at West Ham, the record move and instant silverware at Arsenal, the citywide awards and the nationwide votes, the deep tournament runs with England, and a single image emerges: Declan Rice as the modern midfielder's benchmark, a player who turns pressure into clarity and expectation into end product, as steady as a lighthouse and just as hard to ignore. But while the world knows Declan Rice, the midfield general, fewer see the other side of the story. A financial powerhouse whose income streams and growing fortune tell a completely different tale. Money didn't just appear in Declan Rice's life. It gathered the way crowds gather around certainty, slow at first and then in a surge. His fortune grew from the pitch itself. Rising from West Ham's academy to the first team, he turned raw promise into leadership. The same leadership that later fueled a record-breaking transfer and the elite salary that followed. That shift came in July 2023 when Arsenal crossed the divide and secured him for £100 to £105 million, a fee that shouted his value as loudly as a last-minute goal and set the foundation for his Premier League-level earnings. At Arsenal, his income settled into a powerful rhythm, about £12.48 million a year, roughly £240,000 each week, the financial heartbeat of a marquee midfielder, with bonuses, appearance fees, and competition rewards orbiting that core like satellites around a planet. Ask analysts about his net worth, and you'll hear three different estimates: a cautious £25 to £30 million, a fuller £52 million, and an ambitious $81 million projection for 2025 to 26. Together, they form a mosaic built from wages, past earnings, and assumptions about taxes and savings, yet all point upward, mirroring his athletic rise. Off the pitch, he earns through endorsements and commercial partnerships, a meaningful revenue stream even if the specific brands stay behind the curtain. The spotlight still shows their impact. Analysts also highlight investments and assets, real estate, portfolios, long-term holdings, but only in broad strokes. The outlines are visible, but the stitching remains hidden, reflecting the common strategy of elite athletes, protecting today's earnings for tomorrow. What's undeniable is the loop between performance and pay. Leading West Ham to UEFA Europa Conference League glory in 2023 boosted his valuation, and the Arsenal move crystallized that value in wages that place him among the Premier League's best-paid midfielders. His timing, in finance as in football, has been nearly flawless. Awards soon followed: London Football Awards, recognition in 2024, and national fan honours in 2025. Accolades that not only decorated his career, but amplified his commercial appeal, quietly strengthening his long-term earning power. And when it comes to enjoying the fruits of his career, Rice's choices speak loudly, starting with the machines he drives. His garage mirrors his game, powerful yet refined, elegant yet precise. Each car a reflection of a man who's earned the right to drive his success with style. At the center of that collection is his Land Rover Range Rover, a £125,000 symbol of strength and calm authority. Solid and composed, it matches him perfectly. like a captain standing tall in midfield. With more than 500 horsepower under the hood, it carries the same smooth dominance he brings to every match. Close beside it sits the Range Rover Sport, valued around $130,000. Its personality a touch bolder, a touch fiercer. Its supercharged V8, also pushing past 500 horsepower, gives Rice a drive that feels like one of his trademark surges forward. Controlled, explosive, and thrilling when he decides it's time to step on the gas. But British muscle is only the beginning. Rice also owns an Audi RS Q8, a high-performance SUV priced around £125,000, powered by a 4.0-litre twin-turbo V8 that delivers 591 horsepower. It rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds, speed that feels like one of Rice's midfield carries, slicing through space before anyone can react. And when he wants something quieter, smoother, almost regal, he turns to the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, luxury distilled into motion. It's the car he chooses when he prefers performance that whispers instead of shouts, like a victory celebrated behind closed doors. Then there's the Lamborghini Urus, a super SUV built for spectacle and speed. It fits the side of Rice shaped by ambition and star presence, bold, sharp, unforgettable. Balancing all that power, some reports point to a more understated ride in his lineup, the Mercedes-Benz V-Class, a luxury van built for comfort and spacious travel. It's the practical companion, the quiet counterpoint to his louder machines. And just like he orchestrates a midfield with balance and intelligence, he curates his garage with the same instinct, choosing machines that blend power with poise, luxury with purpose, and presence with personality. Our next step will be his mansion. When the stadium noise fades, Declan Rice retreats to a quieter world, his mansion in Kingston upon Thames, the calm southwest London town he calls home. It's here he's built a private sanctuary far from football's chaos. The property is widely estimated to be worth around $5 million, a figure consistent with the area's exclusive real estate market. Set among peaceful streets and green surroundings, the neighborhood reflects the same steady composure he shows on the pitch. Inside, the home maintains a warm, modern style, elegant but not showy, designed for comfort rather than display. One of its standout features is his sneaker room, a large space-filled wall-to-wall with his extensive shoe collection. It's a personal gallery that reveals the quieter, sentimental side of Rice. Nearby is his jersey room, lined with shirts from major moments and players throughout his career, along with a billiard table for unwinding. Outside, the home opens onto a modest, peaceful outdoor area, simple, private, and perfectly suited to the low-key lifestyle he prefers. Though lifestyle features suggest he may be expanding his property portfolio, the details remain private, just as Rice seems to intend. For now, this Kingston mansion remains the center of his off-pitch life, a $5 million haven, a sneaker sanctuary, a jersey museum, and a place where Declan Rice can step out of the spotlight and simply live. Aside homes and cars, Declan also enjoys lifestyle splurges, one shaped by fashion runways, luxury grooming, and high-end personal passions. He spends not to show off, but to express who he is, letting his lifestyle speak as deliberately as one of his passes. His rise in luxury fashion has made him a standout beyond football. In 2024, he stepped onto the London Fashion Week runway for Labrum, wearing designer pieces that matched his evolving sense of style. And while his exact outfit price stayed under wraps, Labrum blazers alone often sit around £466, hinting at the premium world he's embraced. By 2025, his fashion momentum carried him to the Fashion Awards, where he arrived in full Prada, cementing his place in the luxury scene. Brand partnerships soon followed. L'Oreal made him an ambassador, while Aimé Leon Dore and Adidas featured him in campaigns, with their high-end pieces often ranging from £100 to £300 plus. For Rice, these aren't just endorsements, they're extensions of a personal style crafted with care. But style isn't his only indulgence. In rare breaks from football, Rice turns to photography, often seen behind high-end cameras during training or downtime. Professional DSLR and mirrorless setups, like the ones he's spotted using, can run anywhere from £1,500 to £4,000, reflecting his taste for premium creative tools. His luxury lifestyle also shows in his grooming. As an ambassador for L'Oreal, he leans into top-tier men's care products, collections that typically range from £20 to £100 plus, curating a polished look that matches his growing presence in fashion. And when he steps away from it all, Royce indulges in luxury travel, jetting off to upscale destinations, often spotted near private jets and exclusive holiday spots. These trips easily climb into the thousands per getaway, aligning with the calm and refinement he seeks beyond the pitch. Now, let's slip from the stadium's roar into something closer to the heartbeat. Declan Rice's personal life, shaped less by trophies than by loyalty and love. At its center is Lauren Fryer, his childhood sweetheart. They began dating at 17, a school hall spark that has stayed steady through every rise of his career. For nearly a decade, Lauren has been his constant, there in the stands for club changes, England call-ups, and the whirlwind move to Arsenal, choosing privacy over spotlight like a calm shadow at his shoulder. Their bond deepened in August 2022 with the birth of their son, Jude. Rice marked it quietly with a tattoo of Jude's name, date, and star sign revealed during a match. Home is warm and unfussy, shared with Rafa, the cockapoo Rice once gifted Lauren for Christmas. Public life, though, has teeth. In 2024, relentless online trolling pushed Lauren, 25, to delete her social media, but the couple stayed united, protecting their life rather than performing it. So behind every captain's moment and thunderous cheer lies the quieter constant he returns to, the partner from the beginning, the son who changed everything, and a love that keeps him grounded like an anchor in heavy seas. Declan Rice may command midfields across Europe, but off the pitch, his heart belongs to the home waiting for him. Even though Declan Rice isn't a scandal chaser, even calm careers hit squalls, moments where tiny decisions spark big storms. His biggest flashpoint came on 31st August 2024 versus Brighton. Already booked, he lightly flicked the ball as Joel Veltman rushed a free kick. Referee Chris Kavanagh showed a second yellow and sent him off, leaving Arsenal stunned. Proof that a touch as small as dust can trigger an earthquake. Debate exploded. Replays suggested Veltman kicked Rice rather than the ball, turning a routine match into a national argument. The fire grew when referee audio surfaced, Kavanagh saying he didn't like the rule, but had no choice. A duty over conviction call that fueled claims common sense had vanished. The dismissal blunted Arsenal's momentum and forced Rice to miss the next game, amplifying talk of inconsistent officiating. Off the pitch in 2024, a different controversy swirled when partner Lauren Fryer endured severe online trolling over her appearance, prompting her to delete social media, dragging Rice's private life into an unwanted glare. Through both storms, the red card uproar and the online abuse, Rice stayed measured, letting the noise pass like wind around a lighthouse. And that's the inside look at Declan Rice's luxury world. Subtle, stylish, and surprisingly grounded. He may live big, but he carries it with calm confidence. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you want more stories like this, and I'll see you in the next one.